Surprise! I'm still alive. I'm not dead, at least not on the outside. I am very sorry I fell off the face of the flat earth for like 2 weeks, but it's because I was working on getting my bed back. It took me 14 days to get this bed through the door. I couldn't find quite the right angle. I didn't eat or sleep for the entire duration. It was terrible. But now I got a bed, I got a boy, I got a video for you. I think it's about time for another HRT update. I probably could have done like a 3-month update, but I didn't feel like there was anything worth talking about. But here we are at the 4-month mark, and I think there is some stuff that is worth going over. Since it is way easier to have other people make your content for you, I went on Twitter and I asked people if they had any questions about HRT and transition and stuff, which they totally did, and we will totally answer, but later. Save that for the end. But if you have any questions at any point in the video, feel free to ask them, put them in the comments, because I'm usually pretty good about answering them, and it's a fun time. I'm kind of an open book, and that book is Catcher in the Rye. John, look out! Man, the Beatles are overrated. When it comes to HRT updates, there are some good things and there are some bad things. I'm gonna start with the bad things first because I just don't want to end a video talking about bad things. Also, there's way fewer of them, so it's just like, why not get through it? I do want to say that some of these negative changes might not have to do with HRT at all. It's kind of like the changing of seasons right now. Spring is upon us. Animals are fucking outside right now. Plants are fucking, everything's fucking. And when that plant comes all floating through the air, you know, allergies are a thing, right? Allergy season usually fucks me up in a lot of ways. I'm usually extremely lethargic, very tired, and for some reason it makes my anxiety go crazy. Oh, my finger just cracked. Did you hear that? It's amazing. It also turns my bones into planks of wood. I have very severe allergies. But yeah, allergies fuck me up hard, so it's hard to distinguish between what is allergies and what is HRT. What I can tell you is that I've been really tired lately, and I've been super fucking hungry. Like, I can eat almost twice as much as I used to and still be hungry. It's crazy. I've heard some people say that they don't have an appetite on Spiro, but it's like the opposite for me. I think it might have something to do with my body trying to grow something. I don't know. Could be anything. I think that might just be a puberty thing though, because this is pretty much at the end of the day puberty too. You know, your body's doing a lot of work, it needs a lot of calories, it's just gonna be fucking tired all the time and hungry, I assume. So that's probably just a fact of life for me. I'm gonna say HRT has definitely had some impact on making me more tired and anxious and very hungry, but just how much, it's hard to say. It's also super unfortunate, but HRT has not stopped my seasonal depression from returning, which is the real reason I was gone for 2 weeks, because god damn. I did not want to sit upright for more than like 30 minutes. Again, not blaming HRT, but unfortunately, it could not fix that problem. And that's pretty much it for negatives. There's really not much else to say. I mean, the dehydration has gotten a lot worse. Again, might be a seasonal thing, might not. So it's made it difficult for me to like talk for extended periods or drinking. Off the table. Just cannot fucking do it anymore. I cannot retain the liquids required to make that happen, which is honestly fine. I'm realizing now that I used to spend like a ton of money on alcohol, and now that I'm not doing that anymore, it's like, fucking, I can buy all kinds of stuff for my frog. I bought my frog the most badass like enclosure shit. It's gonna be great. I wish I could do like a frog enclosure video, but I have a weird feeling that that doesn't belong on this channel, but it's gonna be cool. So just like last update, skin things have been going fantastic. Over the last couple months, my skin has seriously just continued to become fucking epic. That is a clinical term. My doctor had me diagnosed with it. I was kind of breaking out for a while, but that might be like a seasonal thing, or possibly just because like I was depressed as it was. I have no idea. But whatever it is over, and my skin has now returned to its angelic softness and purity. The next best thing after skin is probably fat redistribution, and skin things and fat redistribution were like the two things I was looking forward to the most, and so far I've been pretty surprised, honestly. Fuck shit. Wow. Okay, audio enthusiasts, you may know what this is. This is a bass trap, right? In theory, these are supposed to reduce certain reverberations in the room and just clean up the audio quality if you're using like a condenser microphone like this. Sorry, it's nerd time. That's unfortunate. I have no idea what I was saying at this point. Fat redistribution. Face. Trans people will understand the concept of staring at yourself in the mirror for like hours on end. Like I, for example, have to stare into a mirror. If I'm in a room with a mirror, I can't not look into it. That includes windows, anything reflective that I can see myself in, I have to stare for at least a little bit. Some days I probably spend up to an hour just like looking. It's kind of creepy, but it comes with the territory. So anyway, I'm very used to, when I turn my head like this, I'm used to seeing like a bit of a divot here to where at this angle, this little bridge of skin here that you can see past the tip of my nose, not normally there. Like there's a little something going on here in the cheek dimension. It's probably not that noticeable, but I feel like it's there. Maybe I'm wrong. I've been wrong before, many times. I can't demonstrate it particularly well in this shirt, but like I got this kind of like cut in going on. It like cuts in at the side. Fucking, I need to wear a better shirt if I'm gonna show that off. The rib cage ends and then like the hips happen. It's like, it's not like this. It's like this. It's like, you know, it's subtle, but it's there, and it was not there before. I was really worried that I was gonna be a rectangle forever. So having just like a little bit of something, super good. And then there is, of course, the obvious thing, everyone's favorite thing, especially mine. I have become that really annoying trans friend who talks about my fucking tits at every turn, because honestly, I'm very impressed with the last couple of months here. At first I was getting worried. I thought, oh god, nothing's happening, they're gonna be like that forever. And then over the last maybe 2.5 weeks, it's just been bam. Time to pop off, bitch. I can't wait until I'm big enough to have like a Patreon, because I will totally whip my tits out for scientific purposes. 100% scientific. Subscribe! So it's a good problem to have, but I definitely have to buy bras now. I don't think I can stall anymore. I am officially out of organic ideas, so it is time to steal from other people. I have my laptop here for the questions. I'm not using Twitter on my phone anymore, or at least not for a while, because that shit's bad for your fucking brain, dude. It'll melt your brain right out of your skull. The first and best question is, do you feel like you cry more? Like, this is an actual question, LMFAO. I'm glad to know that's an actual question and not a fake one. It's going in the actual video, so actual thank you. To answer the question, not really. At the beginning of HRT, I was crying like all the time, but ironically, since I've increased my dose, I've been crying less and less, and I honestly don't remember the last time I cried. I think that might have something to do with my seasonal depression acting up. It's kind of getting in the way of, you know, normal emotional functions, but whether or not it's an anomaly, I've not been crying lately. I'm waiting for it to come back. Crying is great. I love crying. I miss crying. So hope it comes back. Good question. Thank you. What do you like the most that's changed? This is probably terrible, but the titty. Going into transition, I actually didn't want any kind of breast development. I was kind of hoping it would stay tame so that I could still boy mode if I wanted to. But now that I've accepted that I don't have to do that, I'm really excited to actually have something to show here. And there are a couple reasons for that that aren't purely superficial. Like, I think the number one reason why I want as much fucking breast development as possible is just because they are something that is relatively immune to my body dysmorphia. So when I look at myself in the mirror and I see a completely different abomination every time, one thing that is consistent is usually these. For whatever reason, I don't know why, my brain just sees what's there. So it's like an anchor that kind of binds me to reality. I can look at them and I can see that I'm making progress and it's working, and it's like, wow, all that in only 4 months, and I get to feel good about it. You know, with my face or my skin or anything else, I can second guess and I can think, oh god, it's not working, you're gonna be ugly forever, whatever other doomer shit. But the titty is immune. The titty is the pinnacle of progress and self-acceptance and whatever the hell else. So yeah, that is my favorite thing so far. And if you're close friends with me, you're probably very well aware. The next question is, do you like the color pink now? I have always liked the color pink. If you've been following me for a while, I've always had kind of a pink and blue aesthetic to what I'm doing. Like another channel I do called eBoys, the entire branding is just pink and blue. Like we had stickers printed, pink and blue, like it's a vibe. I love it. Originally it was pink and green, but it was a little too Trix yogurt for our liking, so pink and blue it is. By the way, if you have not given eBoys a shot and you like Let's Plays and you like me, it's Let's Plays and I'm in them, except for when I'm not. It's really funny, it's called eBoys, which, you know, an e-boy is usually a cis white kind of simp type, but pretty much everyone on the channel is some degree of queer, which is super fucking funny. Because as far as we knew, we were all straight men when we came up with the name, okay? How times change. Except Lockie. Lockie doesn't change. He's straight cis scum forever. So yeah, pink, good. Moving on. What do you want from Taco Bell? I'll take a number 5 of the Baja Blast and 2 chicken chipotle melts. Oh, this is a good question. How hard can you pee? Very respectful. I feel that my boundaries are being respected right now, so thank you for that. I know you meant this as a joke, but in full disclosure, Spiro be wildin', my dude. I guess the short answer is pretty much hard. Speaking of Spiro, this question is pretty good. Is tahine the best sodium intake for Spiro? 1, don't know how to pronounce tahine. I am very white. 2, absolutely. I do not use it enough. I need to put it on more shit because good God, that fucking miracle seasoning. Miracle seasoning. I need to put it on more things. I feel actual guilt for not using it more. Oh, Alyssa. Do you still get horny or have you achieved true physical peace? Listen, I have a brand image to uphold, but in the name of full scientific disclosure, yeah. Not nearly as much. Like, not daily anymore, but definitely a disappointing amount. I would like for it to be less, but it's plenty. That wasn't very scientific at all. Ooh, 2 questions in this one. Let's fucking go. You were told many times probably about the hormonal emotion bomb coming your way. So how is it? It's great! Again, like I've said, the last few weeks have been absolutely wild, and it's very hard for me to distinguish if it's seasonal or if it has been the hormones that's been fucking me up. I've definitely been like angry and sad and like doomer lately, in a way that I'm not quite used to. I think the way that I process it is definitely different. So that sucks a tiny bit, but only like this much. The second question is, have there been any changes, even super tiny ones, that were completely unexpected or surprising? I know this seems like a little bit of a cop-out, but I'm gonna go ahead and say that everything has been unexpected and surprising. I'm kind of a doomer, kind of fatalistic. I had anticipated going into HRT that I wouldn't get great results because I'm starting so late, so I was expecting next to nothing. So at the 4-month mark, for me to have made the progress that I have so far is honestly a huge surprise to me, and I'm very grateful for it. So that's about it for Twitter questions. I'm gonna go on YouTube here and see if there are any sitting in my inbox.
Oh no!
So that's about it for questions, which means it is time for me to go. But again, if you have questions of your own, whether they're about HRT or transition or just personal stuff, I guess, the comments are there. I will probably answer them. Farewell. I am now leaving you to your own devices. Figure your own shit out.